Hello, hello. I have tech issues. For some reason, I'll start it. Uh, just my mic for some reason is picking up stuff. Can't I? Oops, I didn't want to do that. Just what if I did this? It still picks up stuff. Literally was fine right before stream. Why? It still picks up stuff. I can just lower it down. I really need... You know what? It's time for MSQ. I've crafted myself the entire 740 gear. Everything's fine on both ends. So, heading to back rooms. I don't know if it's a long one, long MSQ. It's gonna be alone. So. Dumia, your timing could not have been better. If you have a moment, we have some things we'd like to share. I'll just check something because I just thought about it. Properties. What if I use... Well, test, test. Even it doesn't. Why doesn't it pick up? Check it. Test. No, that won't work. Where is it? Okay, I'll just try to fix it between today and Friday. Excellent. We'll just wait for Lamachi. She should arrive shortly. Dumia, glad not to see you here too. And speak of the devil, let's catch up each other up, shall we? Why did I skip? Yeah, no, I didn't. Ooh. Right, I'll go first if nobody minds. I've been back in Tuliao and spoke with Kuara. I told him all about the records left behind by Gulja's mother, as well as Fiend's reappearance. We decided that I should remain in the dome until things settle down more. But while I'm Gulja's guardian, I'm also as a foreign ruler. I'll have to take care not to appear as though I'm meddling in Alexandrian politics. That's all from me. As for the rest of us, we've been keeping track on this new Sphene. She has been making regular appearances before the people. And each time she does, she encourages them to become endless. Alas, much else about her. Why do I hear myself sometimes? Remains a mystery, including why she's chosen to reveal herself now. On our end, we've confirmed that only those wearing regulators have had their knowledge of Queen Sphene's death altered. Of course, it's literally just the regulators. Someone must have tampered with the devices to remove any and all memories of the event. Though we haven't yet identified the perpetrator, given recent events, Sphene is the chief suspect. Or just, what's the name of the company that made it so the Endless were born? Many believe that the Queen of Reason is alive and well, and remember her funeral as a memorial for those lost in the attack. Needless to say, this has proven confusing for those with more accurate recollection. We'll carry on with our investigation. I'll head to Earth and Sky now and coordinate with our people there. There's one other matter, the highlight of this gathering, you might say. We'd like to meet a certain someone. By all means, where's the person now? In the break room. She is unwell, and Ishtola and Alize have been tending to her. They'll be able to explain things. I want to see how she's doing, so I'll come too. It's the Sphene we got at the end of 7.1, probably. The break room is at the end of the hallway through that door. We can go whenever you're ready. Break room. Please be a voice cutscene so I can try to fix my mic. Seems like a voice. Yep, that's Sphene.
What is she doing here? We just heard she was busy spreading talk of becoming endless among the Alexandrians. What's going on here?
She is not who you think she is. Not the Queen of Reason, who has made a miraculous return, but an individual of flesh and blood, possessed of a soul.
This is not the endless Sphene, it's...
In living memory, but she collapsed before we could exchange words. We decided to bring her here for now.
There's basically 3 Sphenes. There's
Her Her body
this
was
fiend.
suffused with lightning ether, which caused a debilitating paralysis.
The other
Someone reached
fiend.
out and informed me of her condition, and I came with a proxy as fast as I could. We're now waiting to see if the treatment was effective.
There's Endless Fiend and there's the evil one. So 3 fiends. The Endless one we killed.
The circumstances of our encounter, and her extreme ethereal aspect. I am all but certain that she is the one from whom the Endless Fiend was created. The original Queen Fiend of Alexandria.
What? The real Sphene died of illness 4 centuries ago.
I died. Whatever do you mean? I am not dead. I'm not. What is this place? Where is everyone? Otis and Zelenia? And who are you people?
Calm down. We mean you no harm. You've been unwell, and it wouldn't do to strain yourself.
Please, help me. I don't understand any of this.
Of course. But if I might confirm some things first. You are Queen Sphene of Alexandria, are you not?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And ere you awoke here, you were in another unfamiliar place. Is that correct?
I opened my eyes and saw a strange, dark room. Outside, there were towering buildings, clad in electrope.
You slumbered at the heart of that city for many years, within a facility called the Meso Terminal. Many things have come to pass during that time, some of which you may find upsetting. Are you sure you wish to learn of them?
In that dark room, there was an electric casket designed to preserve its occupant in cold stasis. Until the terminal and its systems were recently shut down, that was where you were kept in all likelihood. Since the time of the Old Kingdom, for 4 centuries.
What? Do you speak true? I've been asleep for that long. 400 years.
Our records say that Queen Sphene succumbed to the rampant lightning energies unleashed during the storm surge. But it seems the truth is rather different.
I do not believe that you are lying, so please tell me everything that has happened, everything. Very well. But let us do so with care, lest we cause you undue strain. Now, while I should like more of us to assist, it isn't practical to gather everyone, so I will summon Gratia and Krell for now.
I know this has all been a lot to take in, but how are you feeling? Physically, I mean.
Much better now, thanks to Yashtola and Alasei's ministrations. In fact, I can scarcely remember the last time I felt so hale. I know not how to repay them, not only for coming to my aid, but for telling me about my kingdom besides.
I don't think they're ones to keep score. Isn't that right? She's known those two for a long time. You can trust in her judgment. Besides, you help to prove that their treatment works here as well. With this success, they'll be able to help others in Alexandria who suffer from the same illness. Few things could make them happier.
I see. Full glad am I to know that we may cure the affliction after so long. So very long. I steeled myself having been warned, but it's difficult to come to terms with everything.
Sphene? Maybe going out and seeing it would help. Alexandria as it is now.
Great idea! There's no substitute for seeing things with your own eyes. That said, there is a chance that you'll run into the other Sphene. Still want to take a look, even so?
It would be a lie to say I do not feel anxious, but I wish to walk among the people, to hear their voices and learn about their realm. Truly, I would be honored.
Then allow us to show you the sights.
Thank you, Wuklamot.
Seekers of Eternity. I just want to make sure that after I lowered my webcam a bit, my chat is poking out. Okay, it's fine now. Thank you as well, Dunya, for your kindness. Yeah, the Sphene, you knew her, did you not? It may take time for both of us to come to terms with this situation, myself especially, but I recognize that I may still be here, but the world I knew is gone. Those are basics, so I just take. Before heading out, I should put on more suitable attire. There's a modern outfit among the items Shell has prepared for me, I believe. If you would wait outside, I should only need a moment. Alright, take your time.
Apologies for keeping you waiting. I've never worn such clothing before.
Oh, that really suits you.
I'm glad to hear that.
A moment before you head out. Circumstances being what they are, we thought it best to come up with a way to distinguish you from the other Sphenes, and we should probably settle on this now rather than later.
I suppose it could get pretty confusing.
First, we propose calling you simply Sphene. As for the former Queen of Reason, Endless Sphene should suffice.
What about the new one who's been addressing the citizens?
Evil theme.
Despite being the spitting image of Endless Sphene, we know she's a
Simulant.
different entity. So we were thinking of calling her a simulant, after imitation stones.
I see. Well, they're definitely not the same. And that's as good a way as any to draw a distinction. But what do you think, Sphene? Is that all right with you?
Rest assured, I have no objections. When I am in the city, however, I intend to keep both my face and name secret. For the people of today's Alexandria know only the Endless Sphene.
We're sorry to subject you to such ignominy.
No, I myself would rather not invite complications, so it is quite all right. Thank you for your concern, Shale. Let us be off then. I am in your capable hands.
That you are. First, we'll head to the entrance of Solution 9.
Good idea. We should start from scanning Port 9. I'll do my best to explain things.
You gotta love it when the mic problems just go away. There's a netherite pretty close. We are doing this Friday, but in French. Unless we get a random straggler in English. So I know we have one person missing this Friday. And we'll be able to just get M5 to M8 normal done. Stuck. That lady wants to talk with Lamachi, so while they're busy, I'll tell you about what we can see from here. Is there any place that interests you? There are so very many, I can't decide where to begin. Then why don't we let Dumia choose? The following event can please skip. Yes, explain the sites. Good thing I have a new mouse in my... Okay, it's not a... Click the point of interest. Let's start with the arcade. There are lots of different shops at the Nexus arcade, selling everything you need. It's always full of people out doing their shopping and crafting. Have you seen how many people are crafting in there? The Sphene gave Dumia and Lamachi a tour of the place. I remember watching them from a distance. The castle town I knew had a main thoroughfare that was lined with shops. Whenever I visited, the citizens would come and speak with me about matters great and small. Just as that lady is doing now with Clement. Clement and the Alexandrian citizen. The lady talking to Lamet, she just came back from Tulilal. It was her first time since being trapped in the barrier 30 years ago. She has family in Alexandria now, so she had to return. But the train made it safe and easy for her to make the journey, and it's all thanks to everyone's hard work. There was once a railroad connecting Alexandria and neighboring Lindblom, but operations were suspended when relations deteriorated. Eventually, the tracks were removed entirely. To see that a railroad now connects us to our new neighbors is gratifying. Especially considering that our history began with war with Alexandria, the aggressor. In continuing to strive for peace, Tulilal's leaders have shown great magnanimity, and I can't help but be moved. Ley Note 9. If you attune to Ley Note 9, you can teleport back here anytime you want. You can also use it to teleport to other locations in Solution 9 and makes it easy to get around. That's the mode of travel that utilizes either currency, yes. We had the same in my time, but when the storm surge broke out, such nodes were sealed off to prevent enemy use. And after the war, the etheric balance across the entire world had collapsed. Not only was travel outside the barrier ill-advised, the act of teleportation itself had become dangerous. We had to abandon the nodes altogether. Disheartening to see them available again for a use of one and all. Governor Sector. In the government sector, there's a counter where citizens can get matched to jobs. There's also a soul exchange, but no one goes there much these days since there aren't many souls in circulation. I'm not sure how I feel about regulators and the treatment of souls as a resource. I understand the grief of those who have lost loved ones and the desire to escape the sorrow of death. Even so, I would never wish to forget my parents, Otis, Zelenia. I want to remember them all. I am reluctant to impose my personal beliefs upon others though. Is Zelenia the trial we're gonna have? Since it's talking a lot about Zelenia. Why did my mic suddenly break again? Sorry about that. I got a little carried away with the conversation. It's alright, Dumia and I told her about the places we can see from here. Really? That's great. Right then. Why don't we stroll through the residential sector and then stop at Mosaic? We can take a break there. And it's back to being fixed. Already 2 quests done. We've been walking for a while, so let's rest our feet, huh? Drinks are on me. Sven, Lumia, the two of you go ahead and order first.
So many different drinks. I can't decide. Ooh. I'll have this, please. A Dali coffee.
Of course. I should warn you though. Dali beans are an older variety known for their strong bitterness. Still want one?
The bitterness is the best part. Have you decided as well?
Mm.
Two Dali coffees then. The beans make for dark roasts that are quite aromatic. I find the sharp flavour invigorating, though a dash of milk can be a wonderful complement.
I'll have your drinks ready in a moment.
They're certainly well liked. It's a wonderful feeling, spending time with the people. But they're not my people anymore, are they? Their city, their way of life, even the ground upon which they tread. I am a stranger to it all. The weight of the long years is finally beginning to sink in.
Your Majesty, is that you?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not Queen Sven, though I'm often told we look alike.
There you are. How many times have I told you not to go off alone? I'm sorry he bothered you, Mom. Come now, we're going home.
Hi! Not Queen Sven!
I do not know that boy, nor does he know me. No one does. Another harsh reminder that I have no place here. Yet, no matter how much things have changed, I am happy. I am. For Alexandria has endured. Our sacrifice was not in vain. Even so, I cannot help but feel lonely.
Forgive me, I didn't mean to darken the mood. Still, I feel better for having shared my feelings with you. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm not being much of a guide. I don't usually get approached this often. It's quite alright. The people have been through so much, it's only natural for them to seek comfort and assurance from people from someone they trust. Besides, I was able to relax with a delicious cup of coffee and have a lovely chat with Dumia. I appreciate your understanding. Right then, where to next? We could take a look inside the Nexus Arcade, but it can probably wait for when we actually need something. In that case, let's head back to the recreation zone. There's plenty to see on TrueView. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to go to TrueView, especially if you've seen the trailer. There's a random alphabet being created. Why? There was a random alphabet in the game chat, and it went from G to Q. He looks pale. We need to find a place for him to rest. No, that's not it. Okay. Thank you. I was on my way to attend to some business when the memory of being killed here came flooding back. The danger has passed, I know, but the terror lingers. For all the comfort I've offered others in my work, I can't seem to comfort myself. Session rally, okay. I'll just use the regular... if you're moving while clicking it, it just doesn't do the animation of the emote, so it skips a bit. Thank you, I feel better already. Your encouragement was exactly what I needed. But where are my manners? My name is Malachite, and I am an usher. An usher? They're the ones who came to those without long to live, right? But given everything that's happened, I expect your duties have changed. That's correct. We no longer attend to the dying. It is only after they have passed away in their families' care that we convey their remains to a government storage facility. A storage facility? For what? What for? Henceforth, we must inter the deceased, but as the specifics are undecided, the bodies must be kept in cold storage for the time being. I didn't know. I'd heard there were graveyards over by the submerged city, but like funerals, burial customs must be long forgotten. Did you have usher duties? If so, we could help. I'm not actually here in an official capacity, so I'm loath to trouble you further. But since you asked, I shall explain why I've come. I've taken to delivering the personal effects of the departed to their families. Even though their memories have been entrusted to the cloud, I still remember where they once lived. The rule was to dispose of any belongings. To do anything else was strictly forbidden, but it saddened me to see them discarded like waste. So I began secreting away with what I could. Of course, I understand that not everyone shares my sentiments, and I leave it to the families to decide what to do with these items. Some accept my deliveries, others reject them. Whether I'm doing the right thing, I cannot say, but I feel the families should be given the choice. Oh, they didn't have it before then. It's important to think about what people leave to us. I want to help. Do you want to help too, Dumia? Deliveries happen to be my specialty. I'm truly grateful. Now, there are 4 items to be delivered here in the recreation zone. I leave them in your care. In the meantime, I will head to the residential sector to make deliveries there. After you've finished, please meet me back here. I would like to know the family's reaction. You know, they've been people in Tuliala who had similar episodes due to the trauma of the siege. Would you mind if I went with Malachite? Just to keep an eye on him? Only if you can handle those deliveries without me, of course. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure he'll be happy for the company. So there are 4 items in total to deliver. Right. 3 for people in True View and 1 for someone over by the Neon Stein. Let's visit them in that order. When I trouble you to do the talking, Dumia, I fear my voice may betray my identity. Lead the way, we'll be right behind you. Hey, they're following the Endwalker tech. The Arcadian. Friday. Swing, discuss True View. The way the buildings are all in a row reminds me of the old castle town. Lively as it is here, I can see why Oblivion can blend in. Discuss True View. The people around True View seemed scary at first, but most of them are really kind. When I see someone passed out on the street now, I worry if they'll be alright. First, citizen? Is there something you need? Ah, so Malachite sent you. He was very considerate. When he offered to bring me the keepsake, he stressed that I didn't have to accept if I felt uncomfortable. I see why some would say no, but I couldn't do that. Now, when it's something that not when it's something that belonged to my parents, who I understand now I will never see again. Having spare souls won't save us from the inevitable. That's always been the case, but now I find myself wondering about this and that, like how much longer can I afford to muck around with my brothers? But I won't bore you with my ramblings. Thanks for bringing me my keepsake, and give my regard to Malachite. Ruling citizen. What is it? If you're trying to sell me something, I'm not interested. Oh, you brought the keepsake. Thank you. I've been looking forward to this, hoping that it might help me remember, but no such luck, it seems. The owner is dead, and they'll never become one of these endless. Queen Sween tells us about. It's sad, though. Even so, I'm not sure I want to become endless myself. If they are made by putting your memories into a new body made of ether, doesn't that mean you yourself still have to die first? The thought of not having to worry about souls was appealing, so I was happy to receive a new regulator, but I've only had doubts since then. If Queen Sphene herself recommends it, I want to believe that all will be well, but still, sorry, I need to clear my head. Okay. Oh, hello, do I know you? Ah, so this is the keepsake. Truthfully told, I've been wavering as to whether or not I should accept it. I mean, it belonged to someone that died. It's got me thinking about what we did to Tuliolal. I didn't even know we'd killed so many of their people, not until the funeral. What if they decide to retaliate? Nachi Buklamat would never do that. She and everyone in Tuliolal know that my father was to blame for the attack, not the Alexandrian people. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you speak ill of your father. It's just I can't stop worrying about death, and hearing that they're running out of neo-regulators makes it worse. I don't know what to do anymore. Let's run on TrueView. Let's go to the Nyenstein. Yeah, I'll just... So you can purchase beverage from these machines? That's wonderful. I've always believed that technology should be developed for the benefit of the people. Yeah, not that. Janelle's favorite energy tonic is a special formula, not like the ones they sell here. I wanted to try one, but Shell wouldn't let me. No one's online, okay. Are you talking to me? Oh, this one's it's a cutscene. Oh, right. This, I can't say it stirs any memories, but it does feel familiar somehow. You look familiar, familiar yourself. Where do I know you from? Ah, of course, you're the unenhanced challenger. No, champion. That's because I did Arcadian. I can't stress how incredible it is what you've achieved without using Pharaoh Souls. It's a genuine honor to meet you, though not for the first time, I realize. It was me at the infusion station in the government sector, and it wasn't my finest moment, as you might recall. Yeah, he was asking for extra souls just because, well, he couldn't fight in the Arcadian. Yeah, literally what I said. That's right. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Anyways, seeing as we're meeting properly now, the name's Lythander. I used to fight in the Arcadian, but not anymore. I took Queen Sweet's words to heart and found a new job, one where I can put my knowledge of physical conditioning to use. As you know, lots of people were badly hurt when the mechanical soldiers malfunctioned, and I've been assisting with their rehabilitation. It's not something I ever imagined myself doing, but here we are. Not many people can help others like you can. I think it's great what you're doing. Yeah, thanks. It's encouraging to hear that. There's this fellow who has to learn how to walk all over again. Becoming endless would solve his problems, but he's determined to overcome them the hard way, with the body he's got. Seeing that gave me a newfound appreciation for my own body. It's a gift from my parents, a sturdy thing that survived the arena, and I need to take better care of it. I'm the only blue-scaled Hubigo besides my father. Lamashi once told me that. I don't know how my father felt about it, and there are times when it hurts to think about the things we share. Still, I don't want to lose that. Even if I could look at the same as an endless, I would never throw away this body. Most people would find it hard to do so, I imagine. Just the thought makes me feel uncomfortable about the whole becoming endless affair. But I need to get back to work. It was nice talking to you, and thanks for the delivery. Yeah. You know what? Skill speed, just because. I believe that takes care of the deliveries. Thank you for taking charge, Dumia. From what I've seen and heard, it is plain the people held their queen in high regards, and the simulant has exploited their love and admiration to win over so very many. Come, let us report to Malkite. He should be back at the north of the recreation zone. Thank you for your assistance. With this, every delivery I had planned for today is accounted for. The reactions I received were mixed. While some were glad, others decided they did not want the items after all. How was your experience? Everyone accepted their items, but they all felt differently about them. One person couldn't remember the keepsake's owner, and another couldn't stop worrying about their own death. I see. It's difficult indeed to predict how people may behave when confronted with the reminders of loss. Of late, I've come to believe that we are each of us the sum of the moments we've shared with our loved ones. And when they passed away and we lost our memories of these people, we lost a part of ourselves. It's a thought that saddens me to no end. If our memories of the departed are no longer to be entrusted to the cloud, I wish that those already taken could be returned to us. Well, my friends, I must resume my formal duties. My thanks again for your aid. Malkite speaks true. Our memories are what define us. They form the path we walked to be where we are. My endless self, I expect, was much alike to me in the beginning. But I cannot become like her no more than she could become like me. For once our path diverged, so too did our lives and experiences. That's true. Even if we start from the same place, we all have different journeys. At some point, things like our goals and our ways of thinking are bound to change. The Endless Fiend was one possibility, a version of myself who made choices I want to believe I never would. I'm beginning to come to terms with the fact that I did, though. But there probably was a part of preservation in our program forcing her to, like, make her people, like, protect our people at no matter the cost. Huh? Is that the actual swing? Yeah, the simulant. The simulant. Don't you just look at us and leave? She was looking straight at us. If I didn't know better, I'd say she wanted us to follow her. I have a bad feeling about this, but we might not have another chance to figure out what she's up to. We're going after her, right? Yes. This man simulant headed into the street over there. The neon sign is that way. Let's hurry. Voiced with Sveen? With double Sveen? Or is it?
Not here. Let's press on, if only a little further.
Oh. And goodbye, everything. And all the power.
Hey, are you alright?
Da-da-da. Preservation. I'm guessing that guy is preservation. The guy that's gonna be there. Yeah.
So she didn't die. Vexing, but expected.
That was about the strongest bolt we can produce within Everkeep. What now?
We obtain more precise measurements. Narrow the range of variables to avoid unnecessary trial and error. That is the most expeditious course of action.
I know that voice.
You there! Yes, you!
Is it gonna be the line from the trailer?
We have important
Yes.
business with you. We left something in your keeping. The key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us, yes?
on your life.
Is that so? What a shame. If I had the key, I wouldn't need to be cruel and turn away so many people. Far more than 5,000 could become endless and know eternal happiness.
At the price of other stars.
What? You mean to steal ether from other worlds again?
All is for the sake of his experiments. Twas for that reason, you know, that the previous me created the Endless. I pity her. She was forced to attempt the impossible, to turn every soul who dies into an Endless, even though there's no end to them. Admittedly, that was part of the plan. Her desperation would drive her to claim the key and use it. And sure enough, she did just that. I know you had a soft spot for her, Lamachi. So for what it's worth, I'm truly sorry. Alas, we are naught more than pawns, pieces in his grand design.
Don't you dare make light of her love for her people. Don't you dare!
Strike me down if you wish. I shall be made anew. And I doubt many would look kindly upon the vow of resolve of Tuliolol if she attacked a neighboring queen, and not for the first time. Would you be willing to accept the repercussions?
Damn you!
What is the objective of these experiments? The trope.
You're speaking to me. Our goal is to usher in the next phase of mankind's evolution.
Is that?
Since time immemorial, life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm are weeded out, allowing the species to thrive.
Yes.
Generational succession.
Who is it again?
This has been our survival strategy.
It's Iflo's VA. It's Iflo FS.
Yet,
Iflo.
this strategy has long since reached its practical limit. It is outdated.
Well, seems like it at least.
It relies on progeny, which gives rise to unchecked population growth. Resources become scarce, invariably leading to conflict. All the while, death is ever present and robs our species of untold potential. Where man now stands in his evolution, bodies of flesh no longer make sense. What we must strive for next is carefully managed, eternal preservation.
Yeah, he's preservation.
Calyx! You're Calyx, aren't you?
You know him?
Who's Calyx?
young genius who had mastered electrode technology. He founded the scientific collective known as Preservation and devoted himself to developing a cure for the paralysis which plagued our people.
Preservation, yep.
Calix, you always had your gaze set upon the future, and I know you do now. But I beg you, do not deceive the people of Alexandria. Do not manipulate them with this imitation forged from my memories. Well, how rude. Yet, whatever you may say, I'm the one whom the people regard as queen. You may have worn the crown for a few years, but now you are no one. Just a frail, fleshy version of me that could die at any moment. The kingdom has no use for such as you.
Our demand is simple. Surrender the key. Refusal will necessitate consequences.
Are you right, Dumia? Forgive me, I was once able to use healing spells, but my long slumber appears to have sapped my magical reserves. It's frustrating to be so powerless, but perhaps I must accept my newfound limitations. Alexandria has no need for Queen's Fiend. It's the Queen of Reason, my endless counterpart that they love. And although it is hard truth to accept, it is nevertheless the truth. I must find a new way to serve. You're not alone, and together we can get through anything. Well said. And it just so happens there's something that only you can do right this moment. Let's start with Calix. What can you tell us about him? He was a prodigy who has specialized in the field of electrope and made his mark during the storm surge, yet even as he basked in the admiration of his peers, he struggled with an illness he had from birth, one which left him with precious little time to live. For him to still be here 4 centuries on, I think it's safe to assume that he too has become an endless. I see. While we're somewhat familiar with preservation, I never imagined we'd cross paths with one of them like this. You know about preservation? We do. They're supposed to have created Everkeep score system as well as the Endless Fiend. Did they? All while I was slumbering. The members of Oblivion have spent a lot of time investigating preservation. We should head to the back room and tell them what's happened. I don't think it's, there's no other way to get in than the front side here. Yes, I'm entering the back rooms.
we've heard what happened. So, preservation has revealed itself at last.
And using the key, they mean to turn even more people into Endless. It seems safe to assume that they too intend to steal ether from the other reflections. But unlike the previous Sphere, they have no intention of saving everyone. Calyx, of all people, would know precisely how much ether is required to sustain an Endless. Thus, he is able to set a realistic limit to their creation, without being swayed by emotion.
Carefully managed eternal preservation. Whether or not this can be considered an evolution, 'tis plain that man's very existence would be forever changed.
Say, if this Calyx is as brilliant a scientist as everyone says, could he have been the one who erased everyone's memories of Endless Fiend's death?
That is a possibility, though I cannot speak to his motives.
Though Calyx has outright stated his ultimate goal, how his actions will further this agenda remains unclear. That said, we have seen how anxiety towards death continues to spread amongst Alexandrians. Perhaps the simulant stokes this fear, to entice them to become endless.
Everyone is afraid of death. We try to put it out of our minds, and I do not blame the people for feeling as they do. Nonetheless, I wish to stop the simulant. I wish to do what I can for those who believe in their queen. Although I wear no crown, were I to forsake the people, then I would truly have no place here.
I don't know if this will help in that endeavor, but I've found something interesting. When I analyzed the sign that Calyx appeared on, I was able to determine the source of transmission. I traced it back to a terminal used only by preservation, located in the Foundation sector.
Foundation sector? That came up in my mother's records, didn't it? It's where the old castle was hidden.
Under Everkeep.
Everkeep was built atop the castle of the former kingdom. Access to the immediate area, the Foundation sector, is highly restricted, with map data accordingly classified.
The old castle is inside this tower.
It's an ideal place for preservation to conceal a terminal, I must say. Having existed since the Storm Surge, they would be familiar with the castle's layout.
But I wonder, would someone so versed in electrope, such as Calyx, be so careless as to leave a trail?
Oh, I expect he intended for us to find the terminal.
It may be a trap, but it's our only lead. What do you think, my friend? Agreed. And besides, you owe him for that bolt of lightning.
If you're set on this course of action, I'll work on getting you access to the Foundation sector. Sit tight for now.
Please, let me come with you. I may not possess any special skills, but I know the castle better than any. So please.
All right. If that's what you want, then we go together. The rest of us will take point and secure the way, and we'll count on you to guide us in the castle.
Thank you for allowing me to accompany you. It might take time for me to find my place in this new Alexandria, but I will slowly but surely. They sell for 30 gil each, so I'll just... Yay! Right, I believe I've plotted a viable route to the Foundation sector. As we don't have much information on the area, I'll come along and gather geographic data on site. You can leave the navigating to me. I'll stay behind this time, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Oblivion is fortunate to have a capable adapter like you, Ulja, and no matter what the future holds, your knowledge of Electrope is bound to serve you well. With such dependable support here, we may embark on our mission. Come, let's head to the lift in the government sector. Is it solution 9? There's no direct lift to the Foundation sector, so we'll have to transfer to another on the way. If we take the wrong lift, we'll end up in the wrong sector, so be sure to follow our instructions. According to Tushilja's record, the tower is divided into inner and outer sections below Orgenix. The castle is at the heart of the inner section. So upon arriving at the Foundation sector, we need to make our way inwards. Take this communicator with you. It's been modified to track your coordinates, so I'll be guiding you as I collect data. Sounds like we're all set. Let's get going. The Underkeep, now accessible. I'll just do it like this. Either way, I'm playing Gunbreaker, I'm playing tank, so I have pretty much an insta-queue. If I ever load in.
are beasts ahead of you. They must have gotten in and made themselves at home. There should be an access hatch nearby that leads inside. Look for an opening. I'm detecting something big. You'll have to deal with it to continue on. construction was apparently a constant battle against the rising water level. Even during the war, the people labored to maintain the castle. It meant a lot to them. It's upsetting to think that Preservation's terminal is in this place.
Hold on. Someone's down communications. Stay alert.
So, you have come. Let us measure your strength. That was hardly a challenge, I see. You will show me more. I bid you press on.
Been a while since we haven't had those, dude.
You are untroubled thus far, but I have something that may test you yet.
Moving the realm under keep. That's also an enemy type that's been a while.
Still lack sufficient data. Very well. Let us see how you perform against this. This machine has long guarded these crumbling halls. How will you handle this?
Okay, it's like that. Good to know.
Let us introduce more weaponry. Let us see what this yields.
Yeah, wooden standing in front, it's called neutralizing front lines. Okay, well I have
Perhaps a new approach to assess your adaptability. Still alive. How unfortunate. For you to die here, it would save me trouble later. I'm beginning to understand.
Why does this stack not do any damage? That was the wrong one, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, average non-trail tank.
That will do. We have enough to proceed with an analysis.
Oh, their casting roll dropped. 94. I'm gonna dissent because, well, I don't need it. The other stuff, yay! More casting rolls. I love it when stacks don't deal damage.
Calix was measuring our strength. Is that why he contrived to lead us here?
It looks like we've cleared away the machines and beasts. But who knows what else he might have in store. From here on out, Sveen and Shale will move with us. Let's find that terminal, but stay alert for more threats.
Can I stop getting it? Just
Before my illness left me bedridden, I used to walk through here on my way to watch Otis and Zelenia train. You knew Otis, if I'm not mistaken. Zelenia was his second in command in the Royal Knights of Alexandria. Oh, how I loved to see the two of them spar. I once dreamed of fighting by their side, so I studied the magical arts under my tutor. But when I was 15, the storm surge broke out, and both my father and mother passed away. As the new queen, I was forbidden from taking to the battlefield, for our nation would fracture had I died without a successor. Though in the end I could barely move, I regret that I didn't go out there and fight. At least while I still could. My endless self lamented not being able to protect the realm with benevolence. 'Tis a feeling to which I can relate.
Sven.
Ah, forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to darken the mood. Come, let us press on.
This is one big castle, though. How far does this hallway go? Do you know, Sven?
Where did Sven go?
What?
What happened?
This looks like a boss arena.
Oh, it seems our guest brought company. So this was your doing? It was. We installed a teleporter that is triggered by the presence of the key, you see? Ah, I'm afraid etheric transmissions cannot penetrate the walls of the throne room. It will take your friends a good while to find you.
I confess the Valia Pira did not suffice to assess your capabilities. So I shall try something else. You are free to use anything at your disposal. The better you fight, the more accurate my data. Attaining a precise measure of your strength, that is the most expeditious way to reclaim the key to which you so stubbornly cling.
Ah, noble Zelenia, dashing as ever. These villains mean to do us harm. Strike them down, I bid you. What? This machine is Zelenia! Indeed it is. We couldn't preserve her memories while she lived, so she has been reconstructed from our recollections of her. The endless me being created in answer to the earnest desires of Alexandrians. That I can accept. But to twist the memory
memories of those I held dear and treat them as playthings. This disgrace I cannot abide! Loath though I am to comply with their demands, this monstrosity must be destroyed. Not least of all for Zelenia's honor. If she was indeed created from my memories, even if I cannot fight, I may be able to offer you counsel. So please, lend me your strength and end this farce.
I'll have an EX fight one day. I probably try doing it tomorrow, but
There it is.
recollection now accessible. While I wait, I'll just equip my stuff. Oh, never mind. I'm a tank, so I get pretty fast Q. Note I still have roast chicken to use. Actually, I'll use Mokeka. No, I'll use roast chicken because I'm not gonna reuse it. Mokeka I'll use for my U-Cup. Come on, DPS. Zelenia Queen's Knight.
I am Zelenia Trianta Philly, Royal Knight of Alexandria, and sworn blade of Her Majesty the Queen. Upon my blade, I swear.
I'll literally just out DPS him so hard.
You will not defile Zelenia's memory any longer.
Feel the sting of my divine blade!
I know this technique. You must keep moving.
Oh, that's how. It's not. I'm guessing right. Yes. Out, in and out.
That her blade work should be recreated so faithfully.
I'm not sure if those people are. Why did you go behind me? You literally killed yourself by going.
I will suffer none to threaten Alexandria! Heavens roar!
Oh, please.
capable of much, much more.
Could he please use res?
I will show you the soul of a royal knight! For the honor and glory of Alexandria, I strike! No more games!
Quickly! Away from the sigils! The sigils channel magic! Be on your guard!
You've no time even to fear my wrath!
You must brace for blade and magic both.
Have at you!
Yeah, the timings are just kind of weird, but I don't know.
Taste my steel! There is no escape! Surge!
What does that do?
Have at you! Upon my blade, I swear, no harm shall come to Her Highness.
You will not defile Zelenia's memory any longer.
Feel the sting of my divine blade!
I know this technique. You must keep moving.
Have at you!
The warrior still hasn't figured out the left and right.
Fall!
That her blade work should be recreated so faithfully.
I will suffer none to threaten Alexandria! Heavens roar! Fall!
Have care. Zelenia was capable of much, much more.
I will show you the soul of a royal knight! No more games.
Quickly! Away from the sigils! The sigils channel magic! Be on your guard!
You've no time even to fear my wrath.
You must brace for blade and magic both!
Have at you! Taste my steel! There is no escape! Surge!
It's going over here. But
Have at you! Fall!
I know this is merely a reconstruction, and yet...
I have pledged my life to the kingdom. Have at you! My resolve shall never waver. I am sworn to protect my queen. I will die before I yield. Have at you!
That's right. Zelenia was always there to protect me.
by the way, why do we just have Rubicante 2.0? That one is not safe.
Taste my steel! Rage and royal! Have at you! Surge!
That one is unsafe.
Have at you!
Can the healer stop dying for 5 seconds?
Fall! Taste my steel! A disgraceful display. Forgive me, my queen. I have failed you.
It's the guy that died last.
Did you get what you needed?
I did. Though these figures will complicate matters.
Is that so? Well, if we are done here, then I shall end the transmission. Hold it! If you have no scruples about thus defiling the memories of Zelenia, then there is no way we will ever see eye to eye. You are are not fit to be entrusted with the cherished memories of Alexandrians.
I, for one, have no wish to employ the fruits of my research in this manner. It is a waste of time and effort. But since I relinquished my flesh long ago, I must resort to every conceivable method, so long as the hero insists on keeping the key.
Okay, so
Why do you so oppose our objective?
I'm close to finished.
With the key, we would be able to harvest ether from other reflections and bring forth more endless. We could give this chance to evolve not only to the people of the Ninth, but to those of the Source as well. I see no reason why you should reject such a boon.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of asking myself.
Oh, don't tell me you thought you were the only ones who knew. That is the height of hubris.
Well, I'd say our conversation has run its course. Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened. The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. And thus does my role come to an end. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Calyx.
As a token of gratitude for consenting to my tests, I leave you with a gift. Be sure to take it with you.
Oh, the crown. Zelenia was kind, but she could be stern. A pillar of strength when I ascended the throne in the troubled times. Not only did she protect me, she also buoyed my spirit whenever it threatened to buckle under the pressure of my station. By preserving our memory and honor, you've done more for her than you could know. Thank you, Lumia. Shared paths. Wait.
Zelenia, it pains me to think that you're gone too.
Aha! Oh, we found you at last.
You had us quite worried when you suddenly disappeared. What in the world happened?
Then preservation's objective is indeed what Calyx claimed. But for them to know about the Source and the Shards, and to refer to theirs as the Ninth, that raises some questions.
Asians were involved.
Indeed. But for now, I'm just glad the two of you are safe. Oh, right. While we were scouring the castle for you, we came upon a room that looked like a library.
By learning about the Alexandria of old, we may gain valuable insights into preservation. Might we take a number of books with us?
So books still remain. Of course. You are welcome to any that may be of use.
If you don't mind, could we take a look around here first? I'm especially curious about the area over by the throne.
This tiara. It was hers. The Endless Fiend's. What's it doing here?
It's a type of regulator, I believe. It contains the data of the Endless Fiend's memories. Calyx likely used it to create the simulant. Which means that as long as the tiara is in our keeping, we shouldn't need to deal with any more simulants. Strange that he would abandon it, though. Perhaps because the simulant already played her role, like she said. Or Calyx made a copy of the memory. In any case, not much information of import appears to remain on this terminal. But I'll make it so we can access it remotely from the back room.
This contains the memories of another me. The tale of her journey as Queen of Alexandria. Might I hold on to this tiara? You may examine it whenever you wish, of course.
It would be for the best, I think. Does that work for you, Shale?
No objections from me. All right, I'm finished. Let's head to the library, and then back outside.
Farewell, Selenia.
The simulant gave the impression that she wouldn't be back, but I suppose only time will tell. And at present, we have no further leads on Calyx. For now, perhaps you could take a moment of contact our friends. It would be good to catch each other up on recent developments, and I am certain everyone would appreciate hearing from you. If it isn't Dumia, is something the matter? So preservation is behind the recent intrigue. It doesn't surprise me. I'm glad to hear you are none the worse for your trials, though. As for myself, I've just concluded a meeting with Gussan. I told him about the cure for Levin sickness, and we formed a tentative plan to treat all those who are stricken. I'm now otherwise unoccupied, so I shall take a look around the government sector to see if aught is amiss. And if this Calyx is obsessed with the key, then I ought to begin studying it in earnest as well. Excellent timing, my friend. I had a mind to call you myself to see how you were faring. Calyx, while something was obviously afoot, I couldn't have imagined that such an individual would be involved. It is well you were able to prevent the simulant from sowing further uncertainty that said her essence may have consequences. The people of Alexandria still have great trust in Sphene. It is plain in the way they speak of her now, and in how the simulant was able to win them over. When they notice she has ceased to appear again, rumor and worry will spread. We must be mindful of any pronounced shift in the mood of the populace. But forgive me, it's been battle after battle for you, hasn't it? We can handle ourselves for now. So pray rest up while you can and recover your strength. So, Dumia, for you to call out of the blue, is something wrong? What? You went all the way to the bottom of Everkeep and you didn't think to ask me to come? But I suppose I've been fairly busy myself. I'm pleased to say that we've received permission to begin administering the cure for Levin sickness to citizens. I'm actually due to visit a boy named Milos shortly to see how he is responding to his treatment, the guy we saw first went to Solution 9. You've met him before with Lamachi, I believe. The two of you should attend as well if you have time. And Aaronville. Lumia, this is a surprise. Has Wuklamat gotten into trouble again? I see. Knowing you, I expect you're already looking forward to the next obvious trap. Try not to overdo it. I'm in the outskirts at the moment. I've been helping the people with their work and talking to those I meet to gauge their sentiment. It's been uneventful for the most part, but there was one notable development. Following recent events, some here stopped wearing regulators. This has led to a disparity in what people remember about the Queen's death, and the occasional episode of confusion. I'll be sure to let you know if there are any other changes. What the others have to say, if I may ask. They finished treating Milos, then we have to go and visit him. Would you mind if I accompanied you? I understand he's afflicted with the self-same condition as I was, and I cannot help but worry for him. Of course, we don't mind at all. In the meantime, I shall take myself around Solution 9 and see how things are. I share Afnel's concern about the Queen's absence, and even setting that aside, the situation is not like to resolve itself, while becoming endless remains an option. I had been meaning to visit some shops, so I shall join trial. While everyone is out and about, I'll try to pick up Calyx's trail. I'll see if I can dig up some information about the key for Ashtola as well. I'll help you. It seems we have all have things to do. Still, there's no telling what else Calyx might have planned. So please be careful, everyone. Right, let's go to Milos's apartment. It's in the residential radius 914, if I remember correctly. Hello. You came before with Queen Sphene. I'm glad you came again. I believe you'll be fine now, but just for good measure, I'll administer a healing spell.
I once hoped that Milos at least might be made an endless. Then he wouldn't need to suffer anymore.
You feel different now?
Thanks to Alizé, Milos is on the road to recovery. He can grow up and live a normal life. And I want to be there with him every step of the way. To grow old with him as his mother and not something else. That should do it. You're doing well, I'm glad to say.
Thank you, Alizé.
You're welcome, Milos. Now, you'll feel breathless for a little while still, but don't fret. It'll get easier to speak with time. That said, we can't rule out the possibility of a relapse. As a precaution, I would keep him away from lightning-infused objects. Lightning. Does that include regulators? It does. I understand if it's difficult for you to part with something that you've worn for so long, though, so it's entirely up to you. No. For Milos's sake, I will do it. And if the environment here isn't good for him, I must consider moving outside the dome.
You two would be more than welcome in Tuliyollal.
It's very assuring to hear that. If you don't mind, could you tell me about the process?
I'm happy. I can talk again. Before, I couldn't even thank my mother for caring for me. But now we can talk lots. I can tell her that I'm happy. That I like it when she strokes my hair.
Your mother is happy to talk to you as well, I'm sure.
Queen Sphene always cheered me up. Always said that she would cure me. Today, I'll practice walking with Mother. And next time, I'll go and visit you.
Thank you for explaining everything.
We'll come again to check on you. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. Right. Let's get going, shall we?
Please come back soon. You too, miss.
It's good to see Milos doing so well.
The Endless Me gave him the strength to hang on, and she didn't rely on any special power to do so.
She wanted her people to be happy. Even though we had to fight, her love for them was very real, and it reached Milos.
I wish to be there to watch him grow as well. To make my way beside the people of Alexandria. In the name of his evolution, Calix has wrought much unease and misery, and I cannot condone his path. No, I shall forge ahead on a path of my own, one that honors the memory of my other self.
Seekers of Eternity final. The final quest. Milos is a kind and brave boy. It did me well to see him. One day I hope that I can speak with him about my other self. Come, let us return to the back room. And on the way, let us pick up treats for our friends. A little gift to show our appreciation for their hard work.
Citizens of Alexandria, please be advised. The distribution of neo-regulators has concluded. We ask that all recipients equip their regulators and promptly complete device registration. The evolution of our kind is at hand. Together we shall rise above death and bask in the infinite possibilities of eternal life.
What is this?
Evolution? What evolution?
Those with neo-regulators will become endless, apparently.
You mean there's no more? Well, don't you feel lucky?
Don't look at me like that. Queen Sphene said there were only so many.
I haven't registered mine yet. The more I thought about it, the more unsure I felt about becoming an Endless.
Well, I registered right away. Anything to stop those terrible nightmares of being killed by mechanical soldiers.
Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened.
The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. I see. The terror of their first encounter with death still lingers in their hearts. Having previously been spared even the idea of it, they know not how to handle the emotions.
The funeral was meant to give everyone the chance to come to terms with loss, to grieve and move forward together. But everyone who was wearing a regulator had their memories of that moment erased. And to see those oblivious, happy souls, those who remembered must have wondered if it might not be better to be like them, to go back to a time when death didn't exist.
And now they've been presented with the chance to do just that by becoming an Endless. It's not hard to see why they would consider it.
If this fear of death continues to spread among the people, what will become of Alexandria? The gifts for our friends will have to wait. We should return to the back room at once.
Oh, you're safe. That broadcast had us worried. The entire populace is on edge. So Alphino and the others are still out there.
We have a situation on our hands! A civilian has been killed by a mechanical soldier here on Trueview. Wayakwe is on the scene and reports that the problem unit has been subdued by another sentry.
That doesn't make sense. Only someone with the King of Resolve's authority could order a soldier to do that.
Not good. I tried to check the status of the authority but was blocked from the core system. Given recent developments, I'd wager that Calyx is responsible for this.
Perhaps we should go and see for ourselves.
It's me. There's been an incident in the outskirts. A mechanical soldier attacked a local resident, for no apparent reason. Fortunately, several nearby hunters dealt with the rogue machine, so everyone is safe. But if other soldiers were to... Wait. Is that... Oh gods. More hostile sentries are bound for the settlement. I'll try to lure them away and then lose them somehow.
Ill tidings, I take it.
In the outskirts too?
You'll go and help Erenville, won't you? We couldn't forgive ourselves if he came to harm. I'll have Geo join you from Earth and Sky.
I'm coming too. I can't stay here while my people are in danger.
Let's go.
Things have settled down here, so but I still see no sign of Arville. Let's split up and look for him. Goldjap, Sven, please search in the settlement area. Meanwhile, the rest of us who can defend ourselves will head further out. That was a close call, my thanks. As I was leading the soldiers away, I caught sight of this poor fellow being pursued. I went to help, but was rather out of my depths. We're lucky you found us when you did. Arville, I'm so glad you're safe. We were quite worried when we couldn't find you. I encountered soldiers on the way here. Most paid us no mind, but some turned out to be hostile. There's no way to tell until they set on you. The ones here also attacked without any warning. If I hadn't been paying attention, it could have ended badly. Hopefully, the others were able to escape. We should return to the outskirts and take stock.
Right. We're none the worse for the wear. But let's see what the situation is here.
Geode and his people came and joined us while we were searching for you. After which we happened to encounter Malachite. His usher duties brought him here, and he has quite the story to tell.
It's a bit puzzling, to say the least. Even so, I'll try my best to explain. I was called to attend to the unfortunate soul slain by the mechanical soldier. Yet, when I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it.
How odd. Did they remember the victim at least?
They did. Their memories of the deceased weren't sent to the cloud, I don't believe. Yet, no body remained.
If someone took it, surely they would have been noticed.
With your permission, I shall return to the government sector for now. Please take care.
is terrible. Why would they make the soldiers do this?
If preservation is behind the attacks, I fear this won't be the end of it.
All the Neo-regulators have been distributed, and potentially 5,000 Endless are about to be born. What does Calyx hope to achieve with these killings? Does he seek to frighten people into registering them? Or perhaps...
Oh, thank the 12 you answered. Shale told me what happened. Is everything all right? I see. 'Tis a relief to hear that Erenville is safe. Alas, I do not have good news to share in return. A driver lost control of his vehicle when its interface became unresponsive, and it crashed into the Nexus arcade, injuring several people. Kryl and I are helping to render aid, but with the sentries behaving strangely, we can't afford to lower our guard. Remain vigilant, my friend.
I just received word from the backroom. A hover cargo on TrueView threw off its driver, and it's rampaging through the area as we speak.
Alphino had a similarly troubling report for me. Apparently, a riderless machine in the government sector came to life near a crowd clamoring for Neo-regulators. It proceeded to mow down several citizens, causing serious injuries.
This is a tragedy. We must go and help the people.
Sphene, wait! I'm coming with you!
Alphino is with Y'shtola, and he said they'll be all right. I'll go and see if other incidents have occurred elsewhere. From here, I'll head towards the quarry by way of the Drift Downs.
Certainly a lot of hover cargoes coming and going in those parts. I'll join you.
I shall remain here and speak further with the locals. I have company now, so you needn't worry about me.
Then let's return to Solution 9. If we hurry, we can catch up to Lamachi and Sphene.
Ah, second attack. No.
Sphene's gone on ahead. I leave her with you.
bloody things have gone mad!
Why is this happening?
Surely there's a finite number of these things.
Everyone, please try to remain calm and make your way to resolution!
This is just like before, when Serolja unleashed the soldiers on us. I don't have any souls left. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
No, you don't! Are you all...
No! No! Why did you do that? Why? You can't just leave me alone like this! If we had been endless, then you'd still be here. You'd still be with me. But now...
Are you alright?
So many hurt. So many dead. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
I think that while you are all unharmed, the small solace amidst this tragedy, however. The machine rampage seems to have been only temporary. Soldiers and vehicles alike ceased to operate all at once, as if they had fulfilled their purpose. It's the same outside Everkeep, though members of Oblivion are keeping watch for good measure. The first attack came shortly after the announcement that no regulators had run out. It can't have been a coincidence. I struggle to imagine that anyone but Calyx could gain control of the soldiers. This must have served his hands in some way. Golja, are you still without your authority? It's fine now, I'm in control again. I might take the opportunity to shut down the machines. There's no guarantee this won't happen again. No, she just talked with Everkeep's administrator about that. They said it wasn't so simple. The mechanical soldiers don't only serve as guards, they also perform various vital tasks, like providing medicinal treatment and managing food production. If we shut them down, we'd struggle to render aid to the citizens, let alone restore their lives as normal. I mean, so they can't use weapons anymore, though. Hopefully that makes it a little safer. And that seems to the best approach for now. Thank you for your swift action, Golja. This powerlessness, I can abide it no longer. No matter how much hardship and loss we could endure if there was but happiness at the end. Yet all I see now is suffering and misery. And I cannot bear it. I want to protect the people for their happiness. I would do anything and everything. So please, please lend me your aid. Oh, Sveen, you found the words I wished you'd said back then. Our strength is yours, Sveen. Together, we'll get through this. Let us split up and get to work. Might I trouble you to report to Shell, my friend? And I'm guessing it's... yeah, talking with Shell is the quest complete. Which would be end of MSQ. Yep. It's been a trying day, but it seems the worst is behind us. What's the situation out there now? Well, now the robots do not have guns or swords. You've moved quickly to restore things to normal. Thank you. Yet while disarming the soldiers is indeed prudent, is a far from comprehensive measure than when vehicles can be commandeered to inflict damage and sow chaos. For the time being, I'll set our people to keeping a close watch on machines. I also have a mind to consult the authorities about enlisting hunters to our aid. I must regain my proficiency in magic. To that end, I shall seek advice from Ishtola and Alize. Among the books we recovered from the castle was a rumor I once used. I hope to learn to wield it again at everyone's side. As for the key, I think it best that it remains in your care, though it means you will bear the greatest risk. In order to ease your burden, I shall endeavor to become a capable warrior and make Otis and Zelina proud. Accurate. Meanwhile, where? In that place.
By illness weakened, by wounds unmade, by age decayed. Such fragile flesh is worthless to us. How mankind should evolve, shall evolve. I've already arrived at the answer.
Oh,
Time has come to pose a new question.
reprieve from death, but at what cost? For endless life, a legion lost. Seekers of Eternity. Well, this is gonna be it. 7.2 MSQ. We're doing the raid team is doing normal raids this Friday, so we're doing that, and I'll probably have the sword because I'm probably gonna try to get the sword from the extreme to have my full pre-savage bis. I'll just have to work on gear and tome gear because I need a lot of tome gear.